It would be easier to make the ring billets from a plain wood, but I chose to use waterfall bubinga to make it more authentic. Here's the square after it's been turned round. I turn one end of the blank to a size large enough to use on the butt sleeve, and the other end smaller for use at the joint. I part them off to the length that I want, then I bore them to fit on tapered arbors. This makes it easier to keep everything concentric later. The veneers in the cue are black, red mahogany, black paper, and white. I'll use the same colors in these trim rings. These will be glued together in the sequence shown and then cut into strips to be installed in the ring billets. I'm cutting a groove in the large billet here. It's mounted on a tapered arbor in my indexer. Now I'm doing this on my CNC, but the procedure is exactly the same on a Bridgeport or a bench mill. Since I know what the finished thickness of the veneer stitching is, I'll mill a slot about 1/1000th larger than the billet. First I ramp the slot down to depth and width, leaving about 3/1000ths on the side for a few finished cuts. Then I take the finished pass that will hopefully be the right size. Sand off the rough edges and burrs. And this is the finished veneer segment. Let's see if it fits. How about that? Perfect. And here are the billets after the slotting is done next to the forearm. The veneers aren't glued in, they're just slid into the grooves to show how they look. You can see how the matching woods and colors tie into the forearm very clearly here. The 6 points in this cue are made out of curly cadilocks. 3 high and 3 low. The veneers came out very nicely. In this picture, the veneers are now glued in and a cleanup cut was taken on the outside diameter. You can see it's really a nice match. They fit nicely in the slots. Here I'll be parting off the individual trim rings. I want a 1/16 thick ring and my parting tool is 1/16 thick. So I'll touch up and move in 1/8 inch and part off the first ring. I just start the cut and then I'll come in and sand the edges while the rings have maximum support. And then I'll continue to part it off, catching it with an Allen wrench. This leaves a big burr on the inside diameter which has to be removed. I'll move in another 1/8 inch. And part off the next one. Going through the same procedure. Get it started, sand the edges, slice it off. Burr the hole. You know, and it's probably a good idea to check the size of the trim ring. Not that I'm expecting any problems, but 0.0625, perfect. After experimenting with every combination of bubinga and maple trim ring, I decided on this simple ring. 030 maple and black paper outside the stitched ring, all sandwiched between 1/8 inch black linen. And here it is all stacked together. You can see that it's a clean, true to concept ring that should blend in nicely. And after assembly at the A joint, you can see how well it fits, both color and the sizing of everything. I like it.